Hi, this is Teacher Fikri, and today I'm going to present to you on visual attention. So let's go. So let's start with the introduction lah. Sesi perkenalan antara kita dengan visual attention. So as you can see, the technical terms would be set of cognitive operation that mediate the selection of relevant and the filtering of irrelevant information from cluttered visual scenes. For example, as you can see from here, kita ambil, for example, 35 pieces puzzle. There's a lot of information in just one background, right? So visual attention is, let's say, I want you to look for perhaps aeroplane. So your attention would literally to find the relevant information now, which is here, and you're gonna uh, discriminate this from all those visual stimuli yang ada dalam satu gambar ni. So when you focus on here, you don't literally see this or this everywhere. You just put you literally your attention 100% is on aeroplane. So that's an example of visual attention lah. As you can see, where we just want that one specific information despite banyak betul information in just one big picture. So there are five types of visual attention, which are alertness, selective attention, surrounding attention, mindful alertness, and shared attention. So let's go. We start with alertness lah. So alertness is the quality of being alert. Visual alertness help to collect information readily. So bila kita being alert, when we are readily alert, we can gather as many information as we want in just maybe perhaps let's say we went to lecture, and of course in order for you to grab all those information you need to be alert. So when you become more alert, you become more focused. So you get more information from what you have been taught. Because let's be real that it's a bit difficult to be alert, and this is part of a visual attention lah. And then next is a selected attention. And I know this is very important in terms of finding that one specific information that we need, yang kita perlukan lah. So selective attention is the ability to discriminate visual information and fully focus on specific information. Like I mentioned before, kita ambil 35 piece. We ask the kids, can you help teacher to look for aeroplane? So the moment they get the instruction, so dia dapat visual imagery. Okay, aeroplane. So I need to look for the aeroplane. So just discriminate any information yang tak ada kena aeroplane. Contoh, this not aeroplane, ni and this. So this is the attention, the selective attention. I'm looking for one specific things only. So next is a surrounding attention. The attention to surrounding, which is body to space lah. Perhaps macam, can you be alert in terms of macam, the car is near to me or very far away from me? Ataupun the space between me, my body to the wall, is it is it bigger gap or smaller gap? That's the attention that I needed for me to stay focused around it. And it's a very good thing for let's say kids to be aware of their surrounding. Kadang bila if they are not aware, it's it's highly possible for them to be hurt. So yes, and the next is mindful alertness. So what is the difference between alertness and mindful alertness? So when it comes of being alert, kita tak letak intention, kita tak letak niat pun kenapa kita nak alert. Kita cakap, oh, okay, I need to focus. I need to be stay alert about information apa semua. Mungkin lecturer akan tanya soalan ke apa kan. But mindful alertness is very different. Sometimes you become more focused, but at the same time, you just continuous alertness and focus state. Yang mana a combination between alert dengan focus makes you feel like, oh macam, okay, because I want to study, I want to collect more information for me to understand the material I've been studying. And so that is macam kita buat puzzle. Bila kita alert and focus, kita pun able to finish it without giving any helps. So they able to solve it by their own. This is an example in mindful alertness. They stay in the focus state without being too distracted to the surrounding. That is a very good thing. And last but not least is shared attention, or in other words, it's a divided attention. So it's an aspect of visual attention to shift focus between visual input. Let's be honest that we do that sometimes in our real life. For example, kita drive, eyes looking in front, at the same time, eyes looking at the phone for any messages. Look here, look there. So this is a shared attention. You give 50% to your to your driving to see if for the car, and at the same time 50% is here at the phone if any messages comes in. So this is something that even every kids does, which is share attention. Maybe while they are doing the things that we ask, their certain attention is elsewhere. Maybe perhaps looking at the toys while doing the toys and all that. So yes, next is a pre-attentive feature. So what is this? So in order for them to engage into visual attention, is these are the important elements lah, which is color, orientation, motion, depth cues, and aspects of shape. Even in this slide also, I use this color because I know because of this bright color, you are more attentive to watch this presentation. So this is the example of pre-attentive feature. But what about the other things? Orientation, motion, depth cues, and expression. For example, let's take our very simple things. Maybe kita nak sort shape into this basket. So of course you want to be more pre-attentive. Macam before you want to put it, you need to see how the shape looks like. Oh, very tajam, bucu-bucu dia tajam, so need to find something yang macam tu, triangle. Depth cues macam tengok dalam tak untuk masuk dalam ni ataupun tak. So yes, dalam dalam macam kita nak masuk macam okay, can we estimate how dalam kita boleh masukkan this shape into the basket? Because if you cannot understand, if you don't get the depth cues, it kind of cause some impact to your visual attention lah. So next is visual attention and occupational therapy. As you can see that OT, especially when it comes to visual, we emphasize on the three things, which is visual efficiency, perception, and motor integration. Because these three things can affect their gross motor, fine motor, and also how they can give how can they make eye contact with people when calling their names, or to basically to survive in our reality, in our world. So the first one is visual efficiency, which is eye movement, alignment, and focusing relating to functional performance. So the best way to understand it is that, let's see, can your kids able to read information even though you change the position of it? For example, kita baca saya nak makan. So they understand it has to move their eye from saya nak makan. So can they read from, contoh I point up here, can their attention go there? Macam, ni apa? Oh, makan. So that's an example, the eye movement. This includes the tracking and scanning of movement lah. So visual perception. Visual perception includes skills that play huge role in academic performance, such as visual closure, visual memory, visual perception, and visual attention. So as you can see, visual attention is very important to visual perception. If you are not fully attentive or fully alert, how can you grab information visually? It's gonna be a big difficult for those who's learning visually, because if you're not, imagine your kids understand information through visual. Mungkin nak pergi jalan-jalan ke, kena tunjuk gambar macam kita nak pergi restoran, and then lepas tu pergi sini, kena tunjuk gambar lah, right? So they understand, oh lepas ni, and apa tu balik. So they understand that. So what if macam these are impacted? So this it would impact in academic skills lah. For example, to change of schedule ataupun to take information. So they don't understand that. Macam, oh, I don't understand why 1 plus 1 is 2. That's an example thing, because they are not fully attentive. Kenapa 1 plus 1 is 2? Why and all that. So they can't fully focus on the board and then write it down. The last one is a visual motor integration, which is a very interesting thing. So when it comes to motor integration of perception, awareness, and motor output, we integrate what we see to what we do, because what we see is then transferred into what we want to do. For example, if you want to hold your pencil, you need to see if you are holding like tripod, which is 3 meters, or you have to hold it like this. Then when you write it down, you need to see the movement of your hand from left to right when you write it down. So this is an example of it. If you are not fully attentive, atau if you have a problem with visual attention, how can you able to copy down what's in front of the whiteboard? Let's say saya nak makan, tapi dia tak attentive, macam where should I begin, nak ke saya ke nak makan. So this would be this cause such huge impact to them lah in terms of learning. When it comes to if they have this kind of problem, so of course we should do some screening. So there are several visual attention tests, but I choose these two because this is something that parents can do at home, which is very basic visual screening and copying material from near and far point. So let's start with basic visual screening. So we use follow tongue depressor. Unfortunately, I don't have the tongue depressor on my hand. So let's say I use this. Ask your kids to follow the movement, like follow from here, from right to left, and then up and down. They need to move their eyes without moving their head. So can they? This also helps you to see whether or not they are tracking and scanning information from the eye movement is good ataupun need help. Because sometimes we not there are some kids who have trouble to follow using eyes. They tend to use their head like this. This is an example of thing. So we want them to able to discriminate and just move their eye here, 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 and here. So this is an example of tip lah. You can do at home. And then so that from there you can get more information and then you can seek help. And then next is copy material from near and far point. So to make it easier, can your child copy three shapes near at the from this point? Let's say I put here, uh, circle, triangle, square, and then can they copy from here? And then can they copy from behind that? So this helps them to see whether or not if their visual attention is good or they need to seek help. Because from far point, of course, we become more focused. But sometimes it gonna challenge them in terms of macam can they be fully attentive to capture information or they feel like they can't fully attentive to get information and then copy back. So yes, and that's all for me. Thank you very much. If you have a question for me, please do not hesitate to ask. So that's all. Thank you.